Joe Burrow set LSU's single-season passing record and tossed 5 touchdowns as the top-ranked LSU Tigers held off Ole Miss 58-37 Saturday evening at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. Burrow completed 32 of 42 passes for a career-best 489 yards to give the Tigers a 10th win in this 2019 season. After the game, Coach Ed Orgeron was speaking to the press about Burrow.
Yeah, I thought it was, especially the first half, I thought he was on fire the first half, that he made a lot of plays, extended the plays with his feet. He's a good athlete. We probably could run Joe in the zone read a little bit more, but we just don't want to do it.
Burrow was talking afterwards about his disappointment in the start to the second half.
You know, we had 700 yards of offense, so it's not a terrible day, but I just got to limit the turnovers. We're going to get everybody's best shot. We're number one in the country, rolling on offense, rolling on defense, so we're going to have to expect everybody's best shot, and we can't expect to come out here and score 35 points and give up none in the first quarter and get out of the game. We got to expect it to be a dogfight.
Look, there's a lot that we're going to talk about today. Make no mistake. The offense was incredible. The defense was absolutely horrible. And there is no other way to put it. The defense was absolutely horrible. Now, I think there are reasons to believe that performance was the exception, not the rule. My bigger problem, though, Jordan, and I don't know how you feel on this, and I want to get into it, but my bigger problem isn't just that the defense was really bad, but it was the reaction to the game. I mean, how quickly people bailed on this team and were ready to torch it all, and just and the panic, the sheer panic, not understanding how sports work. Someday you just get your ass kicked. I mean, are the Saints not a perfect example of not overreacting to one game? They don't score a touchdown at home against the Atlanta Falcons, and then yesterday they look dominant on both sides of the ball and they get a 34-17 win on the road. They don't panic. Well, look, we're going to talk about it all morning long.
Speaking of the Saints, Drew Brees threw for 228 and 3 scores to lead New Orleans to a 34-17 win over the Tampa Bay Bucks on Sunday. Devin White, 13 total tackles for the Bucks, 11 of them solo. Saints will be back in Carolina, back home to host Carolina on Sunday. Saints right now sporting a 3-game lead over the Panthers.
That's it. I mean, the South is done. They're looking. We the Saints fans. We're just looking for 1 seeds at this point in the game. Really impressed with Drew Brees yesterday, though. Bouncing back, 223 scores. I'm just filling time until you're ready to go.
Sean Payton talking afterwards.
It wasn't our best game, but I thought we did a lot of good things to win. Too many penalties. You know, we had a touchdown brought back, 3rd down conversion brought back. We gave up a couple big plays on defense. We still think that we've got better football ahead of us, but I was proud of how we responded from last week, and guys had a good week of practice, and I think carried over into this game.
Saints are now leading the NFC South, as we said, by 3 games over the Carolina Panthers. They have a chance to widen that gap even more when they host the Panthers next Sunday in the Dome. Back to college football on Saturday. Tua Tagovailoa dislocated his hip in Alabama's 38-7 win over Mississippi State, ending his season. Sources confirmed to ESPN that he also suffered a posterior wall fracture of that hip. He's set to have surgery this morning in Birmingham. He was airlifted from Davis-Wade Stadium back to Birmingham, where he spent the weekend in the hospital, and as we said, he's going into surgery this morning. Here's Nick Saban talking about the decision of keeping Tua in the game and really even to play him on Saturday.
You know, we can second-guess ourselves, all we want. We told Mac to warm up. We're going to go 2 minutes for the half. Tua wanted to play in the game. I don't really make a lot of decisions based on worrying about guys getting hurt. I'd have taken Raekwon out and Ruggs out and everybody else that got hurt today out. Tua's our number 1 quarterback. If he's physically able to play, we wanted to play him in the game. That's what he wanted to do, and that's what our team wanted to do. If I would knowing that anything bad was going to happen, I certainly wouldn't have put him in that situation. We're a team, and we're a team that's trying to get better in the long term, in the long run, to see, if we can finish the season the way we want. I hate it that the guy got hurt.
I'm actually siding with Nick Saban here. For all the talk, 35-7, why is he in the game? When do you ever see first-string quarterbacks taken out in the first half Plus, I do think Tua was lobbying for himself to play and to get out there and practice the 2-minute drill. And it's going to be an interesting week for Saban, right? Because he is going to get, I think, pretty ripped apart. Or at least there'll be a lot of talk, right? Some will come to his fence, some will rip him apart.
I'm not ripping him for keeping him in the game at 35-7. Really, I would ask, like, the way that I saw him leave Tuscaloosa last Saturday, why he was even playing.
Yeah, but he played last week. And then he had another week to recover, right? And I mean, look, man, Tua's playing hurt. And that sucks because you're never your full self, and it sucks to make mistakes in the state, just like Grant Delpit playing hurt right now. That said, as someone who has also played hurt, maybe after the game, you limp a little more. You know, you lean into it a little more. Like, if he was healthy enough to play against LSU, he was healthy enough to play against Mississippi State. And it's not like he hurt his ankle, right? It was something that could have happened on any other play.
Any way related.
Yeah, and I feel terrible for Saban.
Some people are like, oh, his weak ankle. No, I don't think that's it. I mean, it was just a freak accident.
I feel terrible for why I actually do feel bad for Saban is because even though, like, I struggle to think of him as a human sometimes, like he is, and you know he actually loves this kid, and like now he's feels terrible for the kid, and he feels probably like a bit complicit. It's just ugly all around. And then obviously the main takeaway here is just really hope that Tua is all right, because this is some of the images coming out of Saturday were as depressing as I have seen in a long time in sports.
LSU basketball, Skylar Mays led the Tigers with 18 points and grabbed 8 boards, dished out 3 assists, and had 4 steals. An LSU 75-65 win over Nicholls State on Saturday.
Hell of a game for Skylar. How about it?
New Orleans Pelicans last night stayed perfect at home as the Pelicans 109-94 win over the Miami Heat.
The Heat stayed perfect at home.
Yes, they did. J.J. Redick scored 26, hitting his 6
Pelicans ain't
three-pointers.
perfect at anything right now. The only thing that the Pelicans are is who they've always been, in that everybody is hurt.
They did win though this weekend.
They
right?
did win.
They played
yes.
twice.
100
They played
on
twice.
Sunday
They
night.
beat the Warriors, who are obviously also injured to all
they did
hell.
win.
They had like a
What's
bunch
going
of
on now?
They had like a bunch of two-way players that nobody's ever heard of for both teams on the court. It's
The injury list is extensive.
It's rough out here.
It's-
What happened to Aaron Nelson? Right? From Phoenix, the trainer. That's why we brought him.
God.
Yeah. I
About
mean,
that guy.
why is everybody hurt again?
Are we bowing down everywhere?
I don't know. It's not. It's been a rough first quarter to the David Griffin season 1.
Next up for the Pellies, they'll host Carmelo Anthony and the Portland Trailblazers on Tuesday.
Whoop-de-whoop.
That'll be Carmelo's debut. We're going to give you the NFL output from the Tigers at some point over the next 2 hours. We'll also talk to Ross Dellinger coming up here at 8:30 this morning. Tigers win on Saturday in Oxford. Saints win in Tampa on Sunday.